Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna make this triangle shelf. It's gonna be a very beginner project. Yes, we have a new member to the family. This is I. Say hello. She's 2 months old now, so that's what we've been busy with. Okay, so the plan today is to make this triangle shelf. It's gonna be a simple one. We're doing straight cuts, no curves. If you guys are beginners to this should be an easy project. The only thing that's gonna be hard for you is making this 3D form. Still passed out. If you guys are new to stained glass and you want to get started, I'll leave these links down below to help you catch up as quickly as possible. There's a tools and equipment video and also a starter guide that you can get and download. All right, I'm gonna head back and let's grab our tools and let's get started. So let's make this triangle 13 inches in length. So this will be a nice and easy cut, and you don't need to push too hard on it, but listen for this sound. Do that in one continuous motion. And then you can take your running pliers, line it up with the etched line to the score line, and just be sure to catch the glass and you squeeze down on the pliers. Okay, so let's make the depth of the shelves to be 3.5 inches. This is great practice for you guys who haven't done glass cutting before. So this is a straight line and it's the easiest cut that you can do. Here we go. Perfect. Again, we'll measure out 3.5 inches. Okay, the wheel is lined up on the line. And let's go. Great, we have 3 pieces now. And so it should look something like this. Alright, so now I want to make a shelf in the middle. Let's figure out the length of that. I think we're gonna have to do some math. We've got our triangle, which is 13 all around. Then we're gonna take half of that. Alright, 6.5. Shouldn't it be 6.5 all around? Let's cut 6.5. So that's 3.5, and then I need a 6.5. Trying to line this up without breaking it. Okay, that checks out and it looks good. I think it's lining up pretty much what I was thinking. So let's rinse this off and then we'll be ready for the copper foiling. So for these shelves, I want to do copper patina again. We're going to be using this copper-backed copper foil to match our patina. And I've got a fid tool and a pair of scissors. So this is pretty straightforward. Stick the copper foil onto the edge of the glass and try to keep it even. Alright, so we come around and we just cut that off. Close that and fold it over. And then you can use your fit tool to scrape and push everything onto the glass. Alright, that looks good. Okay, I think I just messed up right now. Let me show you what we're running into. So the idea was to have the shelf be placed right in the middle of this triangle over here. But if you look at it, how am I supposed to connect this? So I don't have a way to connect these two glass pieces together. This big piece is one solid glass. I didn't really see this when I was drawing up in my head. So essentially I'll split this glass in half, and so we'll have 2 pieces, and then those 2 can join this shelf. And also I'll do the same for this, and then they can all come together. So I wonder if I can just score it right now and see if it can just break even with the copper foil taped. Pretty nice. We got the tape holding it together. But oh, that was a lot better than expected. Okay, so all I have to do is just put copper foil tape just right on this side. So if you guys are doing this for the first time, then the measurements are 6.5 and 3.5 inches wide. You can also break it like this if you're holding it. So I'm just gonna add the copper foil now, and you can overlap it, it's not a big deal. Alright, cool, so that was an easy fix. So let's do that with the rest of them. I like to cut the corners a little bit, trim it off so when you fold it, it doesn't get too heavy and thick. Sometimes I do that if I feel like it would help. I don't think it's necessary for it, but I just like it to be nice and flush onto the glass. But I think when you solder it all, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's tape this up and then we'll kind of see how it's gonna look. Alright you guys, this is lining up right, so let's go ahead and get set up for the soldering. This is the Mastercraft 6040 solder and just the regular liquid flux and a brush. Clean that tip before you start. Nice and shiny. So I'm starting off with tacking these two pieces together. So we'll flux first and then do a little bit of dab of solder. And it does hold together, but it feels still a little bit flimsy. So I'm just gonna add a bead on there on one side just to see how it goes. And it still felt like it was a little bit flimsy, so I did add a bead of solder on the sides as well, and some more on the reverse side. And now just taping everything together, and then adding the shelf and tacking it onto the frame. So now everything's held together, and all you have to do now is just add solder to all the lines and make sure that you move quickly so you don't overheat any one specific spot, which could delaminate the copper foil or worse, break the glass. So you can see the solder is filling in nicely, and just keep going little by little and getting the sides, making sure that you get all the crevices and everything in between. And once you get some smooth bead lines all around, then you're pretty much done. Alright, we're gonna clean this thing. I'm using CJ's Flux Remover. This is my favorite cleaner. A little bit goes a long way, so use a few drops with some water and just scrub all around, get the solder and all the glass, and once you're done with that, just rinse it off with some water and dry it off for the next step. So I saw this glass artist, Mig Art, post on her Instagram these amazing roller skates in copper, and I reached out to her and asked what she did to get these perfect results, and she told me that she polished first and then did the copper patina. So since we haven't tried that yet, I figured let's give it a shot and see if it's gonna work for us. So that's what we're gonna do right now, is try to polish first. We're gonna try this copper patina now, and let's see if we get that brightness from this application. So starting off, everything went pretty well in applying the copper patina. The colors of the copper started coming out right away, and you can see this brightness coming through in the application. However, as I kept going, there were some stubborn spots that just wouldn't accept the copper, and it kept on becoming darker and just created this non-uniformity in color. So I couldn't resist and ended up just having to polish everything again just to get rid of all those spots. And I would say after doing the polishing, everything is now looking a lot better again, and this is probably as good as I can get it at this time. One of these days, we're gonna get this copper patina thing right. So I hope you guys had a good time with it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe if you haven't. We're at 3,600 plus and growing. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for making that happen. It's always fun hanging out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.